Welcome back to yet another political episode. Buckle your seats up. We got to do some math because we have the New Hampshire primary on the 28th. It's going to be a blast. First off, you're already talking about New Hampshire. Why New Hampshire? Well, a couple days ago, I believe on Wednesday, we got big New Hampshire news. It was the 23rd, by the way. 23rd, we got huge and big New Hampshire news. We will say here, we have the Chris Christie dropping out. You'll see he dropped out of this said race. And you'll be like, oh, he's supposed to be the never Trumper of the Republican Party. Why would he drop out like that? Well, you'll see, look at these current polls. Donald Trump is trumping in all of these polls. But ever since every poll, Donald Trump is losing more and more ground to the neocon nominee, Nikki Haley. It has become clear Nikki Haley has become the nominee for the neocon rhino establishment, and they're going to go ahead and use her. According to polls right now, most Republicans are against Trump in the state of New Hampshire. Oh, but Trump won every poll. That's because, once again, we have these rhinos, Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Haley, and Hutchinson. They're split ticketing each other. And what Vivek Ramaswamy needs to do, and I'll get to that in a little bit, though. But yes, Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, they split ticketed. You'll see in the most recent poll, we're looking at January 8th to the 9th from St. Anselm College. It shows Nikki Haley, 31%. Oh, great. I thought it was much better. But yeah, and then you have Donald Trump, 45%. Victory, at least. But I'm mainly concerned about the poll from the American Research Group that shows Nikki Haley at 33%, and then Donald Trump, 37%. This is the most closest poll in the whole entire polls here. That said, Nikki Haley was the very first closest poll since 2020, early 2021. If you want to go all the way down and see the closest polls, you'll see, 2020. 2021. Yeah, all polls aren't really close, but if you think of June of 2022, that would be more of the closest for Ron DeSantis going there. But yes, Nikki Haley doing very well, and having realized that Chris Christie is coping with the fact that he can't defeat Trump. He is unable to do that, and that he has no choice but to drop out because he is holding a good 10% double-digit support in this neocon state. And he's hoping that these double-digit numbers will flock to Nikki Haley, enough to win the primary for Haley by over 2 points. And this is concerning. That's what could happen because we know that Chris Christie's people aren't going to flock to Trump. Are you kidding? They are in the Christie campaign for a reason. They hate Trump. They love the Republican Party, but they hate Donald Trump. And they will be willing to vote Democrat in the name of anti-Trumpism. So it's either they go for Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley, but Chris Christie is nudging for Nikki Haley because she's holding the huge support. And I'm sorry, if you go and vote for Ron DeSantis, that would probably give him up to double digits in this New Hampshire state. I should say, New Hampshire. And Nikki Haley loses because she's still at 30%, 20%. So the plan here, the neocon plan, is that Chris Christie supporters flock to Haley. Haley went and cried insurrection, Trump terrorist at the debates on Wednesday. She was trying to pick up Christie votes right there. So, and Ron DeSantis did the right thing. He just chilled. He criticized Trump a little bit, but he didn't go insurrection because, he knows that getting all those Christie supporters won't even help him win the primary. It's going to just bring him up to like 10%, 15%. Nothing much. Nothing changes. He won't win New Hampshire, period. So we know that for fact. So instead, he wants to keep more of the fiscal conservatives. Not much more of the libertarians, Trump conservatives that aren't really affiliated to Trump and his party, and not by doing so by crying January 6th. Now, yeah, I think both strategies. What Haley was trying to do at the debate was a tactic. But I can see that backstabbing her in the general election. Definitely. So we have a good video here to do. We need to talk about what the primary is going to look like. It's obviously going to be, this is probably going to be the closest primary race in the whole primaries. It's Nikki Haley versus Donald Trump in this state. What's your nickname for New Hampshire? New Hampshire. I'm trying to find, because this is unrelated. New Hampshire is New Hampshire. Yes, it is the. I'm just curious if you don't mind knowing what they call New Hampshire. New Hampshire state nickname: Granite State, White Mountain State. All right, I know a lot of you guys are probably laughing, but to be honest, I always wanted to know, and I always got distracted. So I'm like, okay, it's in my head right now. I'm going to look it up real quickly. And since we're talking about New Hampshire, it's appropriate time to do it on video. So, yes, Granite State. So let's see our current poll situation. We are putting on the candidates. Blue will represent Donald Trump. That is the color that he is associated with in the primaries. For some reason, and blue has always been his color, primary color, since 2016 when it comes to primary elections. Orange will be associated with Nikki Haley. We're going to use Wikipedia colors this time. We'll use the wigs. We'll do Haley, add candidate. All right. So, as you know, yet another political map simulator. It has horrible state borders. You don't even see them. And you can't even see the county borders as it is. So this is what I'm kind of thinking. First off, we're going to go ahead and give Coos County to Haley. This has been historically a liberal stronghold, but I would say now it's a Republican stronghold. But I would argue against that. I would say, you know what? It's mainly a libertarian stronghold. These people there are libertarian, and yeah, they would love Trump. And who knows? Maybe you would get some people there that are like, no, we're not going to vote for Nikki Haley because of her pro-war stances. And they would probably fight up against her and probably be split-ticketed around Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump. But other than that, I do think Haley would win Coos County, along with Grafton, I want to believe. This is the most Democrat county, despite having no cities. It's very rural. Apparently, being bordered by liberal Vermont, the county is surrounded by Vermont-like politics. It is a Democrat stronghold. Yes, Chris Sununu won this county. Good for him, but Chris Sununu is moderate enough for Democrats in New Hampshire. He's a moderate enough. So we're going to go ahead, though. I want to keep Grafton County. Belknap, I want to believe this is Belknap. It's going for Trump. It is the most Republican county in the state, most conservative. It is going for Donald Trump. Now, let's see the county that holds Concord. I think that's Merrimack County, but I think I know for a fact Concord has a lot of neocons, and I think those neocons will probably stick up and vote for Nikki Haley. Merrimack County will go for Nikki Haley. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. We'll go ahead and give. I think it's Rockham. Well, I think this is Rockham. Oh. All right, but yes, Carroll for Trump. It could also go for Haley. We'll have it unclaimed for now. We're going to have these counties below go for Trump. So really, it's now these two counties that we're kind of like, we don't know. But we'll check Rockingham again, if you will. Might have Rockingham, I believe, whatever this county's called, go for Trump. We'll go ahead and give this county for Haley. Carroll County will keep for Trump. I do think Trump will continue to carry that county. So this is my prediction for New Hampshire. It's a little cringy, but Haley wins 6 counties. Trump wins 4. The nomination goes for Trump. You'll see it's similar to the 2016 election in New Hampshire. Trump, it looks a little divided up between 3 candidates. But if you combine like Edelbelt and Forrester together, the yellow and the green, into one candidate, that one candidate would win the nomination by a tiny bit. And in fact, Chris Sununu only racked up 30% with just Coons, Carroll, Merrimack, this county, and this county. Just 30%. Of course, not to mention other percentages in other counties. So yeah, 29% to 20%. Add that up, it should possibly, and even add, Forrester and Gatsas together, and that should look up to be like that. So yes, I am predicting this victory is going to look like a Trump victory. What do you guys think on my New Hampshire prediction? This could ultimately change as time goes on. We might actually do a final prediction before the primary. But what are your thoughts on the Granite State? Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next political episode.